Hello, everyone. What is going on? My name is Timpedia, and welcome to the almost daily video log for February 10th, 2023. Um, almost yearly. That's right. That's what this was renamed to. I wanted to take a rare opportunity to finally get in front of the camera again, because I have been very much not uploading anything or doing much of anything on the internet at all these days, and I wanted to at least I don't know. I like to at least somewhat feel like I'm staying in touch with everybody on the YouTube, even though there aren't many left. um, so I've talked about it on the podcast plenty, but it has been an incredibly busy time in my life. As you can see, I believe there were old vlogs that I shot, at least one that I shot here originally. This is my now finished office in my basement. It is not super decorated yet. Someday I would like it to be. But at least it's a desk and it has walls and heat and my computer in it. So we're doing pretty good right now. But so thankfully, construction has mostly finished on my house. Redoing the basement took months out of last year. And on top of that, ever since I know I've done at least one vlog since then, but my son is now almost 9 months old. He's doing extremely well, and he is the cutest thing in the entire world. But he's developing wonderfully, and but he's a handful. It takes a lot of time to raise a baby, even with two parents in the house. So that's a big reason why there just hasn't been that much content lately. There's also been some personal stuff that I don't really want to get into. And then also at work, I was promoted to manager of my department about 9 months earlier than I was supposed to be. So things have gotten a little accelerated in a lot of ways in my life lately. So I have not really been able to record videos. I just don't have a lot of free time when I don't have my son on hand. And I'm already still trying to spend time with, I'm prioritizing basically spending time with my wife and my son and our friends, our D&D group that Tyler and Freeman are both in. We still try to see them all the time. So the thing that just doesn't have time on the clock anymore is really YouTube. If I could, I would take a week off and record the Dead Space remake and probably one or two other things and just upload them to YouTube, just as something to upload, because I'd like to still share things with YouTube. But that's just so not realistic right now, unfortunately. Actually, the one time I was planning to, oh wow, OBS like froze for a second. That was really weird. Huh. I totally threw my train of thought. I took last Friday off with the intention to play through and possibly even record the Dead Space remake all day. And then a pipe burst at my son's daycare the night before, and I had to watch him all day. So yeah, I did not have the opportunity to do that, unfortunately. I did not get the chance to actually watch to sit in front of my computer and play the Dead Space remake when, in fact, I had to play daycare. Yeah, so I just haven't had time. I would love to do some Magic content with Friedman. I've been trying to play online with my buddies from Ohio at least once a week. I've been working on like tweaks to commander decks and things like that. I'd love to still be able to do videos on. Like I said, the Dead Space remake, and there's not a ton else coming out this year that I really care about, but I just wish I had more time to do stuff. But that's what being a new parent is like. Maybe in a couple years when my son wants to do YouTube, I'll just let him be on my YouTube. But know that I still check the comments, at least semi-regularly. I know that there are still some people who post on the podcast every other week or so. People still comment on Lord of the Rings: The Third Age for every once in a while. I still would love to do a season 2 of that someday. That's really probably my most popular series that isn't terrible, like Force Unleashed. But again, someday I'll find time. But yeah, so I wanted to give at least some kind of small update on how things have been going. I'm on my lunch break at working from home today. That's the only reason I have time to hop on like this. Um, but yeah, I wish I had more time, but there's just so much going on. You know, my house still isn't totally set up. It's mostly done. My basement is still a wonderful hangout spot, but there's always still more to do when you're a homeowner. Obviously, a baby needs all of your time and attention unless they're asleep. Um, like I said on the podcast, I mostly get to watch anime when me and my wife watch over dinner. There's so little that I get to watch on my own. What made me want to do this was reading a comment about how someone's like, Tim needs to watch the Clone Wars, and I'm like, yes, I would like to watch the Clone Wars. I recognize that the show is very good and that I was put off originally 10 years ago by the animation style. It's just a question of finding time to commit to a TV show that Val doesn't really have an interest in. And, like, you know, I watch one episode of anime that I watch on my own every week. That's not the same thing as working my way through seasons and seasons of Star Wars content. Not even to say how, as much as I know Clone Wars is good and worth watching, Star Wars is just not nearly as big of a part of my life as it was for a long time. I don't have the drive to... My wife and I didn't finish Andor yet. Mandalorian Season 3, I'm excited to see, but I don't know. After Boba Fett and after just not having good video games come out, I'd still like to play Squadrons eventually, but, like, I'm excited for... oh, man. What is going on with this thing? This is wild. I'm excited for Jedi Survivor. I might get to, maybe that's the other game I knew I was thinking when I was talking about Dead Space before. I'd like to consider playing that at some point, but I just, again, don't know how much time I'll have to sit down and play it. But I don't know. My big thing is just playing Magic is my one hobby that I have right now outside of being a dad. So it happens. But anyway, I still have ideas. I still have things I'd like to do someday. If I ever get the opportunity, I'll definitely come back to YouTube more so. I know. But yeah, so I just wanted to give an update. I hope everyone's having a great 2023 so far. I can't believe we're already over a month in. And I can't believe that I was 32 this year. I am 32 this year, and I was 19 when I started doing YouTube. Oh, man, wild. Was it 19? No, it was 18. Jeez. Been a long time being in front of a camera and on a microphone, and I still hate the sound of my own voice. But thank you all for checking in. I certainly hope your 2023 is treating you well. I always like reading the comments of people saying, "Oh, I'm coming back to this LP. I watch this every year." Because there are YouTubers I watch over and over the same content, and it really means a ton to me to know that I've entertained some people so much over the years that they come back and rewatch. So know that I appreciate that immensely. It is a wonderful time of my day every single day when I get to read those comments. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back to work, sadly. But until next time, thank you all so much for still watching and hanging around. My name is Timpedia, and I'll catch you guys next time.